Hello and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Vishvapani Blomfield and thank you so much for joining me for this session in the series Beyond Breathing. It's great to have you sharing your practice today. So in today's practice, we're going to be exploring the connection between the physical breath and the energy of our bodies and minds. So we'd love to hear from you, and the chat is there to share what helps you connect with your energy. We've already asked this question, got some responses. Thank you very, very much for that. So one person's saying, I connect with my energy by dancing, by moving, by walking through nature. Someone else saying doing yoga, a headstand or a warrior pose. Someone else, cooking, reading, watching or playing sports. Another person, taking a break. Okay, so all of those things help us connect with energy. And interesting to think about some of them, the moving, the dancing, all that. It's quite different from doing a meditation. So how can we engage our energy in meditation? A few years ago, I visited a Tibetan art exhibition with my father. And if you've ever seen Tibetan art, you'll know that there are some very beautiful, peaceful figures, but there are also what we call wrathful figures. My father asked, oh, what's that character doing? And I answered, well, he's dancing on a corpse. And then my father asked, what's she doing? She's drinking blood from a skull cap. Why? It's a reasonable question. One of the main figures in Tibetan Buddhism is a figure called Vajrapani. And he's got dark skin, bulging eyes. He stands with his feet apart. His right hand is flexed above his head. His left hand's at his heart. And he's got a green snake around his neck. He's got a huge belly. He's dressed in tiger skin and a loincloth. He's got skulls around his neck. Now, Vajrapani is the embodiment of energy. He looks like a demon, but really it's this demonic energy that's directed to good ends. And that's the kind of energy that we need. So when we sit to meditate, often we might be a little dull, our minds might be dull, we might find ourselves thinking about all the things we've been doing. We've got no energy. Then you find yourself thinking about sex or something else, something really exciting. And then all of a sudden you've got loads of energy. So what we need to do in meditation is to access all that energy and bring it into the practice. And we need to, but it's not just about being really excited. We need to develop the energy in a balanced way. So energy is, in the way that we talk about it, is balanced by calm. Okay, so we release the energy in the meditation, but then we integrate it. And the traditional image is it's like kneading bread. So there's water, and it needs to become completely saturated within the bread. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be accessing our energy. And let's get started. Let's make a start. And just first of all, taking time to set up for the practice, making gentle transition. So deciding how you want to sit. Now, if you're lying down, that may be absolutely what you need in this moment. But it might also be that lying down is conducive to sleepiness. So that's why usually meditating, we do it sitting up, because we need the body's energy if we're going to be able to engage. So letting the body come upright and just feeling the whole height of the body. And maybe we can take a breath Breathing in, breathing out. So where we're going in the practice is towards a calmer, more still space or state, but not one that's sleepy, one that's bright, that's in touch with our energy. Feeling the height of the body, feeling the whole length of your spine. So the spine goes right from the coccyx at the bottom, near your bottom, and if you follow the spine up, then all the way along the spine, between the shoulder blades, we come right to the top, to the shoulders, and even beyond that, to the neck. Right up to the top of the neck where the head pivots. So feeling that sense of uprightness, of lift. And then the shoulders will naturally open. The shoulders will fall back and the chest will open. And that open chest is going to help our energy to be flowing rather than being hunched or closed in. So open up the body. And breathe. So just tuning in. So the breath can be our focus or our anchor to stop us drifting away. And there will be tugs. Thoughts will come and tug at our attention. It's bound to happen. And rather than drifting with the current, we just bring ourselves back the way that an anchor tugs a boat that's going to float off. Just noticing the quality of energy in the body. So how do we feel? Perhaps the body feels heavy and sluggish. Perhaps it feels a bit wired, a bit edgy. Do we feel any tensions in the body? So let's settle our awareness around the tummy. And just feel the tummy rising and falling. And if this isn't very clear to you, you could just place your hand on your tummy, feeling the movement of the abdomen, just as a way to connect with these sensations. So that can help. Or perhaps we can just feel how the abdomen rises and stretches, how it softens and eases. And taking our attention to this part of the body. Feeling anything that feels tense or tight. We could just imagine that the breath is flowing into that tense or tight area. It's flowing right in. Bringing ease, release. Breath flowing in, breath flowing out. And anything that feels intense, any sense of energy or intensity in the belly, in the tummy. As the breath flows in and the breath flows out. We can imagine tension just dissolving or dissipating, flowing into the body as a whole. Just feeling the energy in the belly. Sometimes you might find that an image comes to mind, a color, a sense. Breathing in, let the breath flow into that sense of energy. Breathing out, just let the energy dissolve into the muscles, into the skin, into the bones. And coming up the body a little. Feeling that energy rising up to the chest, or perhaps shining like the sun. And again, we come to the chest, feeling the breath moving. Noticing how the muscles move, how the lungs move. How the skin brushes against our clothing. And noticing any sense of energy, of warmth, of light in the chest area. Imagining or sensing that the breath is flowing into this ball of energy. So breathing in warmth, light, breath. Breathing out and letting that energy fill the body. If we find that our mind is drawn to thinking about something, we can notice how that thought is connected with the body in some way. Some kind of impulse, some kind of tension or a response. We breathe in to that area of tightness that's connected to the thought, letting go of the thought itself. We can bring that interest and energy into the practice. So feeling the energy in both the chest and the belly. Feeling the breath flowing into the chest as the lungs expand and into the tummy as it rises and falls. And then letting go of the effort. Just absorbing. Feeling, sensing that any energy we're experiencing is being absorbed into the pores of our skin, into the blood, into the cells of the body. Letting it settle. Just relaxing. Maybe taking a deep breath. Breathing out, letting it all go. Making a gradual transition as we move towards the end of the practice. Maybe starting to move a little. Just moving in whatever way feels right for your body. And of course, you don't need to move. You don't have to finish the practice. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the practice. So this might be an opportunity to make a transition, just absorbing whatever you experienced, noticing how that was for you. But you might just want to sit quietly, staying with your experience if you have time. So, there's a question. Thank you so much for this question. Focusing on energy in my bones made me want to get up and move around. Okay, to shake off the energy by dancing around a bit, or better to remain in the meditation practice? Okay, so that's a really good question. And the answer is, in the context of meditation, the practice is to stay with it. Yeah? And what we're doing is we're working with it in meditation. We're working with this energy in quite a subtle way, absorbing it, just not going with the stimulus, not going with that impetus to move, but seeing if we can work with the energy in its kind of pure form. So it might be that you, the person who's asked this question, is really someone who needs to move. So do that as well. So it's about alternating energy in movement and expression with this more contained energy. So that's my thought. I hope that's helpful to you. Really what this is about is exploring what energy means for us. Energy changes through the day. Yes? So we might feel sleepy at the beginning and tired at the end, or the other way around. Over our lifetimes, think of a toddler. How much energy they have. It's exhausting, isn't it? And then as we get older, energy becomes more of a limited resource. It becomes more of a precious resource. So really in meditation, we're taking an interest in our inner experience. We're withdrawing from other things. And we need to take an interest in their practice. What we'll find is that our energy follows our interest. If we're interested in, I don't know, earning lots of money, then we'll have lots of energy to do that. If we're interested in our inner experience, then the energy will be there. So we need to allow space for our energy and also the emotions that are there below the surface of our awareness. So this is one thing about the calming aspect of meditation. We become calm, but it doesn't mean we fall asleep. Actually, in calming down, it's like when the waves calm down on the ocean, then you can see right deep into it and you can see what's there. So we access things when our minds are calm. The energy will emerge in that state, and then we need to channel it. So in our lives, usually we're doing so many different things and we're kind of half doing most things. Our energy is diffused. It's like a river at the estuary. Imagine a mighty river flowing down, but then the water is dissipated in 100 directions. And in meditation, we're bringing this back into something more of a unity. So we're integrating ourselves and our energy. And this is a whole area to explore, yes? So we can do this out of meditation as well. Just asking, how is my energy now? Yeah, several times in the day, where is my energy? Is it in my body? Is it in my head, my thoughts? Or if I have no energy, how can I connect with it? So however it is, it's just noticing our experience in this moment. Okay, so I'm going to finish with a really wonderful quote, quite a long quote, but it's wonderful, by an American writer called Muriel Rukeyser. Okay, so here it goes. Whatever's happened, whatever's going to happen in the world, it is the living moment that contains the sum of the excitement. This moment in which we touch life and all the energy of the past and future. Here is all the developing greatness of the world, the pure flash of momentary imagination, the vision of life lived outside of triumph or defeat, in continual triumph and defeat, in the present, alive. All the crafts of subtlety, all the effort, all the loneliness and death, the thin and blazing threads of reason, the spill of blessing, the passion behind these silences, all the invention turns to one end, the fertilizing of the moment, so that there may be more life. It's great. No? So, thank you for sharing this time. Please continue to explore your meditation practice with us. Check out our daily live sessions at round.glass or on our app. Have a great day and let your energy flow.